Hey Yankees fans, welcome to Yankees Rumors and News, your go-to spot for the latest buzz and updates about our team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a scoop. If you have been paying attention to the whispers around the league and the general mood surrounding the New York Yankees right now, you can feel that familiar tension in the air. That sense that this franchise is once again standing at a crossroads, where bold decisions are required instead of the cautious, slow-playing approach that has frustrated the fan base for years. The conversation making the rounds is simple but loaded with implications. If the Milwaukee Brewers are truly willing to talk about Freddie Peralta, and if the price is Carlos Lagrange or Elmer Rodriguez, then the Yankees should not hesitate, overthink, or stall. This is exactly the kind of moment where a team with championship aspiration needs to act decisively. Because standing still in a competitive American League has proven time and time again to be the fastest way to fall behind. The frustration among fans does not come out of nowhere. Season after season, there is a familiar pattern of watching elite free agents or high-impact trade targets slip away while the Yankees remain on the sidelines, either unwilling to meet a price or convinced that internal options will magically bridge the gap. With Freddie Peralta, that excuse simply does not hold up. Yes, he is on track for a massive contract in the future, and yes, that future negotiation could be uncomfortable, but that is a problem for later. Right now, the Yankees are a team that needs pitching stability and impact, and Peralta represents exactly that. Worrying about a contract that can be addressed down the road is the kind of thinking that leads to wasted prime years for a roster that should be contending. What makes this potential deal even more compelling is the financial context. As things stand, Peralta is set to make very little money in 2026 relative to his value. And for a team like the Yankees, that should be a non-issue. This is not a small market franchise pinching pennies if the Brewers are genuinely open to moving Peralta in exchange for one of these young arms. The Yankees would be foolish to dismiss the opportunity outright. Prospects are valuable, no doubt, but they are also theoretical until proven otherwise. And windows to win championships are very real and very fragile. Carlos Lagrange is an interesting case study in development and projection. Both Lagrange and Elmer Rodriguez are just 22 years old, and neither has made a debut in the big leagues, which immediately raises the question of how major league ready they truly are. Still, Lagrange's progression in recent seasons has been noticeable. He put together a solid 2025 campaign, finishing with an 11-8 record and a 3.53 earned run average. When you zoom out and look at his career numbers, the improvement becomes clearer. His career earned run average sits at 4.05, but that number reflects a pitcher who has steadily grown into his role, especially considering he jumped from just 21 innings pitched in 2024 to 120 innings the very next year. That kind of workload increase is not trivial, and it speaks to both durability and trust from the coaching staff. Lagrange has started all but 4 of his 56 career games, which suggests a level of consistency and readiness for responsibility. From the Brewers' perspective, that probably makes him appealing, because he looks like someone who could be molded into whatever role the organization needs, whether that is as a starter or something else. For the Yankees, though, the key question is not whether Lagrange has potential, but whether that potential outweighs the immediate impact that Freddie Peralta could provide to a rotation that needs reliability right now. Elmer Rodriguez, on the other hand, presents a slightly different profile. He logged significantly more innings in 2024 compared to Lagrange and showed an impressive level of consistency. The right-hander finished last season with an 11-8 record and a sparkling 2.58 earned run average. Even more eye-catching is his career earned run average of 0.59, which underscores how steady he has been throughout his development. He has never posted a season with an earned run average higher than 0.91. And that kind of consistency is rare at any level, let alone in the minors. Because of that, if the Yankees had the luxury of choosing which arm to part with, the argument strongly favors holding on to Rodriguez and offering Lagrange instead. This is not a knock on Lagrange, who is a physically imposing pitcher at 6'7" and 248 pounds. But Rodriguez simply looks closer to being a complete package. That said, it would be dishonest to pretend Rodriguez is flawless. His brief taste of AAA last season was rocky, as he threw 5 innings and gave up for earned runs. If he struggled at that level, it is fair to say he is not ready to be penciled into an opening day roster just yet. That reality should actually make the decision easier. The Yankees need to go all in on Freddie Peralta for this season, and let the Brewers worry about whether Lagrange or Rodriguez ultimately become true major league pitchers. Championships are not won by hoarding prospects, they are won by converting potential into proven performance, and Peralta is a proven commodity the longer the Yankees wait. The more they risk watching another season slip away while clinging to names that may or may not ever deliver at the highest level, as if the pitching dilemma were not enough. The offensive side of the roster is now clouded by uncertainty as well, particularly with the situation surrounding Cody Bellinger. What already felt like a slow and underwhelming offseason has taken a turn for the worse, and the signs suggest the Yankees may have effectively given up on bringing Bellinger back to the Bronx. Brian Cashman has yet to make a truly impactful addition. And now there is a growing belief that the team could lose its own top free agent in the process. According to league insiders, the Yankees and Bellinger have hit an impasse, and the organization is operating under the assumption that he will sign elsewhere. That is a stunning development considering how well Bellinger played last season, and how clearly he filled multiple needs for this roster. The Yankees reportedly made a second offer that landed in the range of 5 years with an annual value of at least $30 million. But that has not been enough to seal the deal. Bellinger, by all accounts, is seeking a longer commitment with a higher annual average value, and his recent performance backs up his confidence. Last season, he hit .272 with an on-base percentage of .334 and a slugging percentage of .480, while launching 29 home runs. Add in his above-average defense and positional versatility, and you have a player who brings real value on both sides of the ball. The question is not whether he deserves a big contract, but whether another team will be willing to meet his asking price. Recent deals around the league suggest that the market is aggressive. Kyle Schwarber secured $150 million over 5 years, and Pete Alonso landed $155 million over the same length of time. Against that backdrop, Bellinger's demands do not seem outrageous, which only makes the Yankees' hesitation more puzzling. Losing him without a clear and equally impactful alternative would be a tough pill to swallow for a fan base already restless. Looking ahead, the sense around the league is that the Yankees may pivot toward a splash move for Bo Bichette in an attempt to calm the waters and salvage something positive from this disappointing offseason. Whether that happens or not, the broader message remains the same. This is not a moment for half measures. If the Yankees truly want to be relevant this season, they cannot afford to sit on their hands. Trading for Freddie Peralta, even at the cost of a promising young arm, and making decisive moves to strengthen the lineup are exactly the kinds of bold actions that define championship organizations. Anything less risks turning another year of high expectations into yet another chapter of frustration. If you're enjoying the updates, drop a like and let us know in the comments your thoughts on this rumor. The Bronx, a city of baseball legends, late-night chatter, and the unmistakable aroma of hot dogs and nostalgia, is reportedly in shock. A state of disbelief that seems almost palpable. Through every corner of Yankee Stadium, fans have been whispering, muttering, and posting frenzied messages on social media ever since the news allegedly broke that Cody James Bellinger, the celebrated outfielder and first baseman whose presence in the Major League Baseball has been nothing short of electric, has supposedly said yes to the New York Mets. Imagine the iconic pinstripes of the Yankees, a franchise synonymous with decades of tradition, loyalty, and championship glory, facing the unthinkable, a homegrown favorite. Someone who has donned the uniform, embraced the culture, and shared in the dreams of millions of fans, now allegedly committing to their most notorious rivals. For those who bleed navy and white, the word on the street is almost criminal. Betrayal seems mild compared to the wave of emotions reportedly sweeping through the Bronx. There are whispers of outrage, disbelief, and even despair among longtime followers who cannot fathom such a turn of events. Speculation is running rampant, and while nothing is officially confirmed, the rumor mill is relentless. Sources close to the matter, often unnamed but allegedly reliable within the tight-knit circles of baseball insiders, have suggested that Bellinger, a free agent with a storied career spanning teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, and most recently the New York Yankees, has been in private talks with the Mets front office. The discussions are rumored to be intense, secretive, and according to some, nearing completion. Analysts and commentators are already theorizing about the potential impact on both franchises. imagining the seismic shift in clubhouse dynamics, team morale, and fan sentiment that would follow such a move. The Yankees' locker room, once considered a sanctuary of camaraderie and tradition, could allegedly face tension and uncertainty, with teammates reportedly torn between loyalty to a friend and allegiance to the organization. The alleged decision, as the rumors suggest, could be motivated by a combination of factors. Money, of course, is always a centerpiece in Major League Baseball negotiations, but whispers imply that there might be more at play. Some insiders speculate that Bellinger, whose tenure with the Yankees has had its moments of brilliance and flashes of frustration, may be seeking a fresh start, a new environment, or perhaps a team whose ambitions align more closely with his personal goals. The Mets, with their storied rivalry with the Yankees, their ambitious roster construction, and their loyal but hungry fan base, are said to represent an enticing opportunity. The narrative alone is electric. A player who once patrolled Yankee Stadium's outfield, now potentially stepping onto Citi Field as an opponent, ready to rewrite allegiances in real time. The rumor has ignited a social media inferno, with hashtags, memes, and opinion threads spreading like wildfire. Fans are dissecting every possible implication, from game strategy to historical significance, while sports commentators on every platform are reportedly analyzing every angle, projecting scenarios that might unfold if the deal actually materializes. Even beyond the immediate fan reaction, the alleged move is creating speculation about its ripple effects across Major League Baseball. Experts are reportedly debating how such a signing could shift the balance of power in the National League and the American League, with some suggesting that the Mets' offensive and defensive strategies could be fundamentally altered by Bellinger's rival. The mere thought of him donning the Mets uniform, hitting in their lineup, and possibly facing off against the Yankees week after week is fueling a frenzy of hypothetical matchups and analytical breakdowns. Rumors also suggest that rival teams may be closely monitoring the situation, waiting to see if this high-profile free agent decision triggers other roster moves, trades, or strategic pivots. The narrative is intoxicating for fans, pundits, and sports writers alike. The drama of one player's choice, the collision of personal ambition and team loyalty, and the potential for a new chapter in one of baseball's oldest rivalries. Social media, as always, has been the epicenter of this speculative storm. Allegedly, hundreds of thousands of posts, tweets, and comments are being generated daily, each one dissecting, theorizing, or outright expressing heartbreak. Yankees fans, in particular, are reportedly vocalizing a mixture of disbelief, frustration, and even mockery of management, questioning how such a scenario could have come to pass. Meanwhile, Mets fans are, according to online chatter, simultaneously jubilant and cautious, aware that until official confirmation emerges, the speculation remains just that, a tantalizing possibility rather than a fact. Yet, the rumor's strength lies in its emotional pull, the kind that transforms casual observers into die-hard followers, spurring debates in online forums, podcasts, and video commentaries, with every conceivable outcome meticulously analyzed. Sports psychologists and commentators are allegedly weighing in as well, discussing the mental and emotional toll on players who might suddenly find themselves facing a former teammate turned rival, the pressure of intense media scrutiny, and the narrative of perceived betrayal that accompany such high-profile moves. What makes this rumor even more compelling, insiders say, is Bellinger's history. Known for his athleticism, clutch performances, and the ability to shift the momentum of a game single-handedly, his career trajectory has been watched closely by fans and analysts alike. His time with the Dodgers was marked by headline-making achievements and accolades, his stint with the Cubs notable for flashes of brilliance amid transitions, and his season with the Yankees, remembered both for spectacular plays and moments of adjustment. Now, with free agency opening new doors, the idea that he might cross the ultimate rival line accepting a contract with the Mets adds layers of drama and narrative intrigue that few other scenarios could rival. In the minds of many, this potential signing is about more than just baseball. It symbolizes a clash of identities, a collision of history, and a test of fan loyalty. Sports culture thrives on stories like this, and the speculative tension is reportedly electrifying every corner of the fan base. Even more, there are reports of subtle signs fueling the speculation. Observers have noted cryptic social media activity, offhand comments during interviews, and unusual patterns in negotiation behavior that hint at a possible decision leaning toward the Mets. Analysts, commentators, And armchair detectives alike are piecing together these breadcrumbs, trying to decode whether Bellinger's alleged choice is inevitable, or if a last-minute twist could still occur. The suspense, for many fans, has reached fever pitch. Conversations at sports bars, online chats, and even debates among casual fans are reportedly dominated by the same question: will Bellinger really go to the Mets? The very possibility has transformed the off-season landscape into a chessboard of speculation, anticipation, and intense fan engagement. In the Bronx, the emotional weight of this rumor is said to be immense. Longtime Yankees supporters are reportedly experiencing a sense of personal investment, bordering on heartbreak, imagining a future where the hero of yesterday might become the adversary of tomorrow. Pundits are theorizing about clubhouse dynamics, media narratives, and the broader cultural impact, while fans are creating countless hypothetical scenarios. From Bellinger's first at-bat against the Yankees, to the potential reactions from legends of the franchise, even sports historians, according to whispers in the industry, are weighing in, comparing this situation to past controversial moves, dramatic free agent decisions, and historic rivalries that have defined baseball over decades. The speculation, layered with emotion, history, and strategy, has created a story that feels almost cinematic in scale, blending sports drama with personal narrative, a mix that captivates and divides fans in equal measure. As the rumor continues to circulate, the story is evolving with each passing hour. Analysts are reportedly preparing segments, YouTubers are scripting passionate videos, and fan communities are buzzing with discussions ranging from tactical implications to emotional reactions. The mere idea of Cody James Bellinger potentially committing to the Mets has transformed routine off-season chatter into a cultural phenomenon where every tweet, every rumor, and every insider tip is scrutinized and dissected. The Bronx, a city steeped in baseball lore, is reportedly holding its collective breath, balancing between hope, disbelief, and outrage, as fans try to comprehend the possibility that one of their own might be crossing the ultimate line of loyalty in a sport defined by history, rivalry, and hero worship. This speculative narrative has all the elements of a defining moment, a story that will linger in conversations, social media threads, and fan memories long after the dust has settled. Whether the signing becomes reality or remains tantalizing rumor, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with every Yankees rumor and news. See you in the next video.